Hello everyone. Now we have started molecular genetics. In molecular genetics, many things are about DNA only. First, you have to understand what is DNA. Before going to the double helix structure of DNA, you have to understand what is DNA, what are its components, and what are its functions, and everything you have to understand about DNA. Then only it is easy for you to understand the double helix structure of DNA. Okay. In this video, I am going to teach about what is DNA and what are its components. If any doubt, comment in comment section. As a science student, everyone knows DNA is nothing but deoxyribonucleic acid. DNA is a genetic material which carries one information from one generation to another. Okay, that's a simple definition. Okay, you have to understand. Here what they have given, heredity material in humans and almost all other organisms. It is a DNA, that's all. And it is a long thread-like structure. Actually, DNA is composed of repeating subunits called nucleotides. They are made up of subunits called nucleotides. Okay, that there are many nucleotides. They are known as polynucleotides. Okay, simply monomer is the single-less nucleotides. That a group of nucleotides is called polynucleotides. That polymer is called polynucleotides. It is a very important fact and very important objective question. DNA molecule composed of repeating subunits called what means nucleotides. Okay. You can see the structure of DNA in this picture. Next video is about structure of DNA only. You can see the sugar phosphate, it is a backbone of DNA, and you can see the base pairs, that is adenine, thymine, guanine, cytosines are arranged. About this only we are going to see further. First, DNA are located. Where they are located? In eukaryotes, they are located in nucleus and cytoplasm. In prokaryotes, they are located in cytoplasm only. Okay. What about nucleus, cytoplasm, if you want to know means I have made video for cell organelles. You can see the circular DNA of prokaryotes and linear DNA of eukaryotes, and one replication only will take place in prokaryotes. About replication we will study in another video. Just note it, prokaryotes circular DNA, eukaryotes linear DNA. It is a very important question also. Next, how DNA in prokaryotes and eukaryotes. In prokaryotes, DNA is naked, that is without no histones. Here associated with histones. Histones are nothing but proteins which are rich in lysine and arginine. Here DNA is circular, that is in prokaryotes circular in shape. In here linear in shape, already we had seen. And they are found in cytoplasm and nucleus. Prokaryotes, they are found only in nucleus. And in prokaryotes, they do not contain introns. Here they contain introns. Introns are nothing but they are non-sequence. In coding you can see in that about clearly. Now don't confuse with that. Then coming to the structure, mostly they are double stranded in both eukaryotes and prokaryotes. In case of some viruses only they are single stranded. Okay. They contains 4 nucleotides, that is adenine, guanine, thymine and cytosine. They are the nitrogenous bases. Okay, adenine, guanine, cytosine, thymine and uracil. In RNA you can see instead of thymine it is replaced by uracil in RNA. While studying RNA you will be clear in that. These are the nitrogenous bases. About that only we are going to see. Okay. Then shape. Already I said DNA is a linear shape in eukaryotes. And in prokaryotes and mitochondria they are circular in shape. It's very important. Then coming to the replication. Actually DNA are self-replicating. The only genetic material which is capable of self-replicating is DNA. Okay, and DNA replication means nothing but producing the identical copies of DNA. It is a separate topic and important topic too. It replicates in semi-conservative manner. It is very important. Coming to the types, aDNA, bDNA, cDNA, dDNA and zDNA are the types. They may be, that is the DNA may be linear or circular, they may be double stranded or single stranded, they may be right-handed or left-handed, they may be repetitive or unique, they may be nuclear or cytoplasmic. This everything we will study while studying the different forms of DNA. Just these are the types. Based on these facts only they are classified. This will be given in another video because some questions are asked from that also. Coming to the functions, the main function is transcription. Transcription is nothing but synthesis of mRNA from DNA. From that mRNA, protein is synthesized. That process is called translation. Okay, transcription and translation are frequently asked objective question in any agriculture related examination. Okay, please be clear in that. Okay. Next, they carry genetic information, that is a well-known fact. They are the basis for genetic code. Okay, genetic code is important topic. It will be in another video, sure. Next, the genes are made up of DNA, that you all know, and DNA is important substance for heredity. It is also well-known fact. Here, important is transcription. Okay, that is a central dogma of life, from transcription to translation. While studying that, you will know. Coming to the components of DNA, three important components. Okay, what are the three important components? Means nitrogenous bases, deoxyribose sugar, and phosphate. First, coming to nitrogenous bases, there are two types of nitrogenous bases or DNA bases, that is pyrimidines and purines. Okay, what? Pyrimidines and purines. Pyrimidines composed of cytosine and thymine. Purine is composed of adenine and guanine. About that only next we are going to see in very deep. Pyrimidines, they are single structure, the single ring structure, very important, single ring structure, and it is composed of cytosine and thymine. They occupy only very less space in the DNA structure. If you see that model, means these will be occupied, cytosine and thymine will occupy only less space, and their position in the deoxyribose sugar is at the third position. Now I will see the picture. See, cytosine and thymine are pyrimidines. They occupy only less base pairs, that is adenine pair with thymine, guanine pairs with cytosine. Actually, they occupy less pair, so less in space. You can see in this picture. Next, shape already set, its types already, functions also seen, components we are seeing now. You can see purines are adenine, guanine and adenine. You can see the double structure of purines. Now we have seen pyrimidines. Pyrimidines are a single ring structure. Uracil is in RNA, as I said already. Coming to the purine, they are double ring structure. Pyrimidine are single ring structure. Okay, don't confuse. Purine consists of adenine and guanine. Purine, adenine and guanine. Very, very important. And actually they occupy more space in DNA compared to the pyrimidine. And here deoxyribose sugar is linked at a position 9 of purine. Okay, you can see double ring structure of purines and single ring structure of pyrimidines. In this picture you can see. For purine, example is adenine, here pyrimidine, cytosine. You can see the double ring structure and single ring structure. In exam they will ask which contains double ring, which contains single ring. It is a very, very important objective question. Okay. Next, base pairing, that is purine always pairs with pyrimidine. That is a well known fact. How they get paired means adenine always pairs with thymine with double hydrogen bond. What bond? Hydrogen, double hydrogen bond. Okay, and guanine always pairs with cytosine with triple hydrogen bond. Okay, this is very, very, very important question. I can say sure this question will be asked in any agriculture competitive objective examinations. And what is this use of this bond means? They will get actually they are weak bonds. They help in separation of DNA strands during replication. During DNA replication process, they help in separation of the strands. Okay, that is the purpose of these bonds. They are actually weak hydrogen bonds. Okay, coming to the phosphate molecule, they are arranged in an alternate manner. You can see in this phosphate groups they are attached to the deoxyribose molecule. Actually, the phosphate groups are attached on both the sides of phosphate. That this picture you can't see clearly. Just it is a structure. You can assume it. And the phosphate group is joined at a carbon 3 of deoxyribose at one side, and then another side with the fifth carbon atom they are attached. Both the sides also they are arranged in an alternate manner. Okay. Sugar phosphate is a backbone of DNA that you have to keep in mind. And you can see deoxyribose sugar, nitrogenous base is attached, that is adenine, thymine, guanine, cytosine. Then one CH2 group is attached in the fifth position, and one phosphate group is attached. Okay, you can see in this picture clearly. And nucleoside is nothing but composed of deoxyribose sugar plus nitrogenous base. And nucleotide is deoxyribose plus nitrogenous base plus phosphate. That is nucleoside plus phosphate is called nucleotide. Okay. I can say the examples for nucleosides and nucleotides. Okay. First we will see about nucleoside. What are the nucleosides? Means deoxyadenosine, deoxyguanosine, deoxycytidine, thymidine. These are nucleosides. Nucleotides: deoxyadenilic acid, deoxyguanilic acid, deoxycytilic acid, and thymidilic acid. Okay. These structures are given clearly in B.D. Singh book. You can see in that. And here is very important fact. Nucleoside means nitrogen base plus pentose. Nucleotide means nitrogen base plus pentose plus what? Phosphate. Next, DNA backbone. DNA backbone is nothing but it is what? Sugar. Phosphate is a backbone of DNA. You can see in this picture. You can see nucleotides and polynucleotides. Each nucleotide are made up, contains adenine, thymine, guanine, cytosine, and sugar phosphate backbone, and everything you can see in this picture. If any doubt, means command and command section. And next video is double helix structure of DNA. While studying the structures, you will be very clear, I hope. And these are the basics regarding the DNA. Subscribe. Thank you for watching. Study well. All the best.